So we are staying in a moulin, which is where we used to make flour. So we take wheat and then wheat, like the thing that's the plant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this was this?
So the reason why we're next to the river is because we use the power of the water to make it turn, so we can crush the wheat and make flour.
Really?
There's a river here, so it can cover this.
Wow. What you call this one?
This is like a wheel,
A wheel.
and so it's not working anymore. But before the water is making it turn, and then there's whole system, and it's making something turn up there, and then it's crushing the wheat so that it's removing the shell, and then there's another thing to crush it more to make flour.
Oh, they made a lot of effort for flowers.
It's hard to make flour.
Really?
You need to collect the wheat, then you need to remove the shell. That's why you need a crusher, and then you need to crush it very finely.
What? Sorry. What? I know is the wheat because the wheat I know is the oatmeal. Oat wheat. Is it that one? The oats, not oatmeal. Oats. We call it lace. This.
That's sweet, isn't it?
So the flour, what are they gonna use the flour for?
To make bread, to make pasta.
Ah. Okay, got you.
So back then, and look at how
Like to
cute.
make seedlings to plant. Yeah.
No. So they're keeping some to plant, but they're also using most of it to make the flour. So they're taking this plant, and then this you need to remove the shell, and then inside the shell there's this, and then so you remove the shell by crushing, then this you crushing even more to make flour. That's
Flour.
ah.
Flour. Okay, flour. Harina. Yeah, all-purpose flour for baking.
The reason why it's not turning right now is because this is up and it's keeping the river on this side. But if you close it, the level of the water is gonna go up and it's gonna make it turn.
Oh, that's the whole process.
And then you have some things to sort the wheat. I think you pass it through this manually, and then you crush it with the power of the water.
Wow.
How good is that?
France looks beautiful in photos. Yung mga cafes, yung mga streets, and of course, yung architecture. Pero honestly, maganda naman talaga siya. Pero iba pala yung feeling kapag ikaw na mismo yung nakatira dito. Lalo na kapag malayo ka sa home mo. Nobody really talks about that part. Yung tahimik na part. Yung part na everything around you looks beautiful, pero unfamiliar pa rin yung pakiramdam. Before moving to other country, parang nasa isip ko, kapag nasa Europe ka na, parang magical lagi yung life. Parang everything suddenly becomes exciting and perfect. And sometimes, may moments naman talaga na ganun. Pero most of the time, normal life pa rin pala siya. Gigising ka pa rin ng pagod, mag-overthink ka pa rin, mamimiss mo pa rin yung familiar na buhay mo. The difference is, you're experiencing all of it in a place na hindi pa totally familiar sa'yo. And I think, That's the strange part about living abroad. Hindi lang environment yung nagbabago. Ikaw din. Nobody really prepares you for how mentally exhausting simple things can feel sometimes. Yung language, yung maliit na interactions, yung feeling na kailangan mo laging i-double check lagi if tama ba yung ginagawa mo. Even simple things like buying groceries or asking questions, biglang kailangan ng extra energy. And slowly, you become more observant. Napapansin mo kung paano magsalita yung mga tao, kung paano sila gumalaw, kung paano sila mag-interact with each other. Sometimes, parang mas observer ka na lang kaysa participant. Parang ikaw yung nasa gitna ng place, pero hindi ka talaga fully connected. Sometimes, being in a new country feels less like an adventure and more like slowly learning how to exist again. Kasi back home, hindi mo naman iniisip yung mga maliliit na bagay eh. How to act, how to speak, how to belong. Natural lang siya. Pero when you move somewhere new, mapaibang bansa man yan, ibang lugar, ibang syudad, parang kahit yung simpleng interaction lang, hirap na hirap kang gawin. It requires effort palagi. And little by little, you start changing nang hindi mo napapansin. Paunti-unti. Quietly pala nagbabago ka na. Not in one big dramatic moment, pero paunti-unti. And maybe that's why living abroad or living somewhere new changes people so much. Napapansin natin yung mga taong kilala natin noon, biglang nagbabago kapag lumipat ng bahay, lumipat ng syudad, lumipat ng abroad. Pero it changes you internally kasi. It changes you internally first before you even notice it externally. Hindi mo siya mapapansin. Parang biglang lahat ng simpleng bagay kailangan mong pag-isipan. Paano ba to gawin? Tama ba tong ginagawa ko? Okay ba to dito? And because of that, your mind becomes always on. Laging alert, laging observant, laging nag-a-adjust. Dati, automatic lang yung mga bagay-bagay. Ngayon, kahit small things lang, may effort na. Mas conscious ka, mas aware ka, pero at the same time, mas pagod ka rin mentally. And I think that's what people don't really talk about. Moving abroad doesn't change your life first. It changes how you experience your life. Hindi siya masyado na pag-uusapan na kapag you move abroad, you come looking for a new life, you come looking for a better life, pero somewhere along the way, you also meet a completely different version of yourself. And maybe that's both the hardest and most beautiful part of it.